Alrighty, everyone. The latest Uncharted movie trailer, the first Uncharted movie trailer, just dropped. This is Tom Holland. Very pleased to announce that I finally bought YouTube Red, so I don't have to have ads that I have to skip at the start of all of these videos. I feel like similarly to a lot of people, I've been unsure about Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake. I don't know how I feel about it, but I am open-minded, so hoping that we see some cool stuff in this trailer. Going in with, just like not a lot of hype, not a lot of expectation, but enthusiasm. So let's watch, shall we? This is I'm watching it on the official PlayStation YouTube channel here today, and I guess it published at some point this morning. So let's do it. They have the plane
There
sequence?
are places out there you can't find on any map. They're not gone. They're just lost.
The production value looks good. Unsurprisingly, I suppose.
Hey kid, a little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Everything in here. Why the map?
This is the path Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
I do really
This
like
treasure
him as
that's never
Sully.
been found.
5 billion easy. I think you're here because of your brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
I didn't expect that to be referenced to Sam. Oh, I guess maybe that's the motivation for him.
You find him too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Character motivation beyond just
Who the hell is
tomb
this?
raiding.
I'm a friend of Sully's.
Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know him one of them.
The parkour stuff could be cool.
Well, I dabble.
I don't double. My family has been looking for this fortune for a very long time. So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he's just threatening to kill me.
But don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
You have no idea who you partnered with.
I've been dreaming about this stuff since I was a kid. My brother Sam left one final clue.
Oh, that's very cool. I wonder how they shot that. That's awesome.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
Oh, crap!
Exclusively in movie theaters.
I have thoughts. This is interesting. I think that no matter what, I think Tom Holland is in a tough spot because he got famous really, really quickly. I actually don't think he's too young to play a young Nathan Drake. It's just that kind of we look at him as a baby and he got famous so fast that it's difficult not to just see Tom Holland. Which sucks for him, really. But there are moments in this where he's not Peter Parker. He's not Spider-Man. He, like this line here.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
That's totally how Nolan North would deliver that line. Even the oh my God is not that different. And there was something else in here that I was like, you know what? His delivery actually is different. Even if we look at him as like, oh, this is Tom Holland. And, it was really hard for people like Daniel Radcliffe to get away from that kind of thing. It's difficult for me to picture this dude as Nathan Drake when in my head, I know exactly what Nathan Drake looks like and exactly how Nathan Drake sounds. But he is playing a character. You can see it if you look for it, I think. Yeah, I really don't think his age is an issue. It's what I keep seeing people comment on is his age. But I actually really don't think that's the problem. It is the recognizability of Tom Holland and the issue disconnecting him from the Spider-Man version of Tom Holland, which seems to be very similar to who he is as a real person. Whereas he does seem a little bit sharper, a little less of the awkward Peter stuff. In any of this, which I'm very glad to see.
History.
Biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
He's not doing the awkward stuff that Spider-Man does, is kind of my point. So in terms of this as like a whole trailer, putting aside like I'm okay with Tom Holland. I think he is doing Nathan Drake-esque stuff. But I like the other two, and I know them. It's odd. I feel like, yeah, again, I think it's the recognizability of Tom Holland that's the problem. But in terms of the entire trailer, I actually don't think this is a super interesting trailer if you take away the amount of us that are fans of Uncharted. Like if you're watching through this trailer, let me just mute it and play it back again. For me, I'm picturing the video game. I'm picturing like moments from any of the Uncharted games, of course, and I know the relationships between these characters, and I'm looking out for those things. But if you remove the Uncharted fan in me, and I don't go, oh, these characters that I know, oh, cool, I know what they're gonna do. I know Sam. That's Troy Baker, who I do a podcast with. I feel like this trailer is not... It doesn't feel very different from necessarily any other treasure hunter movie. Like this feels like fan service 1000%. I mean, ignoring the fact that he's getting out of the water shirtless, but yeah, I don't know that I love the trailer overall, outside of being like, oh, that could be cool. Oh, I'm looking at this from the perspective of a fan. I don't know. I think I maybe can't separate myself from it. And maybe other audiences won't feel that way, but like it does look like there's a lot of similarity to the games, which is super exciting. I have no doubt that Naughty Dog is taking this super seriously as well, and it does seem like Sony Pictures is going to do this with more video game properties going forward. Ghost of Tsushima is happening as well. This is so exciting to me. But yeah, I do wonder what people who aren't Uncharted fans would think of this. Like, what is it really about other than treasure hunting is kind of my question. Which is not a new thing for films at all. I mean, obviously, Uncharted is copied off of Indiana Jones. Which is funny with the Indiana Jones game being made, because now they're going to be like, you're just Uncharted.
Oh my god! I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
I do really like that. That line read more than anything else is selling me on him sounding more like Nolan, which is super interesting. So yeah, overall, I'm all right with it, I think. Not super sold on it as a film in terms of why do I need this beyond everything Uncharted that I already have. I mean, I think it's cool, but if we want video game movies to succeed, they need to be really, really, really good movies. This is clearly very good production value again. But does this trailer appeal to people who aren't Uncharted fans? I really don't know. Let's make the terrible decision of scrolling down to... What just happened? Did my Discord just make a noise? I have no idea what just did that. Let's make the terrible decision of reading comments, shall we? Weird decision to start off with Uncharted 4, but morph it into a prequel. That is true. Obviously, that cave scene at the beginning is Uncharted 4-esque. I don't remember the names of any of the locations, despite that being the one that I played the most recently. Like the fancy, the heist area. I think it works. I mean, obviously, the plane is not Uncharted 4, and he's not wearing the Uncharted 4 clothing. People confused about the timeline. If it's a prequel, why are we meeting Sully now? I would say this is not canon. To Jibbity Jenkins here is saying, we know how Nate met Sully from Uncharted 3. Is this canon or isn't it? In my opinion, this is not canon at all. This is an Uncharted movie that will be a totally separate thing. Agreed that it is 3 and 4 together. No signs of 1 and 2. Yeah. Plane is obviously from 3. Yeah, I don't think that we should take this as though it's it's canon. I never expected it to be taken canon. Huge fan of Uncharted games, and look like Sony kept true to those Uncharted game moments that made it epic, but not a fan of Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Nathan Fillion was born to play Nathan Drake. There's still hope in considering Tom Holland is playing young Nathan Drake. Something about Nathan Fillion that I heard, just from one source. Haven't verified this, but I heard that Nathan Fillion was approached to play Nathan Drake and said no. He didn't want anything to do with making a video game. That was back when actors were like garbage, and he didn't want to do it. And then apparently when Uncharted became really popular and Nathan Fillion realized how big it was, then he came back around and was like, let me play this. But naturally, when you've already passed on something because you're like, ugh, video game, no, that relationship is a little bit different. But I'm not, again, I've only heard that from one person. I'm not positive that is actually true, but it is somebody who worked on Uncharted in the past. Character of Nathan's voice is so important. I don't know that that's true. This is the thing that I don't know that I agree with. So Josh Hopper is saying Tom doesn't have that mature, cocky, charming, rich voice that Nolan North provided for the games. He seems too young. I think we're all getting caught up in how young he does look. But I still think that's because we met him when he was young and he became famous when he was young. I think he can get away with mature, cocky, and charming. I don't know about the rich voice that Nolan has. Nolan obviously has an incredible voice. I'm friends with Nolan North. And even talking to him in person, he's got a lovely voice. So does Troy. Mark looks more like Nate than Sully. That's true, but I don't think it matters. They don't have to look exactly the same. Yeah. This is a very good point that line doesn't really make any sense. Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know I'm one of them. It does seem like most people tend to agree, and none of this is too aggressive. I do like Tom Holland, but I feel like he's miscast as Nathan Drake, which I think is kind of how I feel. Everyone is unsure about Tom Holland. I feel like I saw pieces of things that could work in there, but it didn't prove to me that I'm going to like it. I did think that the ties to the games are really cool, and it was fun to see those, and I'm interested in that, like, as a fan, but I'm just not sure if I'm interested in it as a film goer. Like, is this on my list of things to watch? I don't know. I would have liked to have seen some more jokes for sure. Yeah, to see Nathan Drake making more jokes, being that cocky, arrogant guy. But I am more comfortable with the thought that Tom Holland can do it now after seeing this than I was previously, whereas previously I was like, Seems like more of a cash grab than a movie for actual Uncharted fans. I don't agree with that at all. I think this is a movie for Uncharted fans. And I imagine Naughty Dog did have a hand in the production. Tom's soft voice doesn't fit Drake at all. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I think it's possible that we just aren't used to it, and it's different, and different isn't inherently bad. It's not like I love it, you know, like I would have loved Nathan Fillion, but I don't hate it either. I feel like I've just overanalyzed the hell out of this. I want to go talk to people about it. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is something that I feel like I need to like figure out my thoughts on more, and like, do I want to see it? You know, I'm sure I will, but I don't really know how I feel. Hey, it looks like it's great production quality, and yeah, as a fan, there were some cool moments in there, but not sure. Overall, I feel like I want to hear more people's perspectives and talk to more people about it and see what I think. Alrighty, that is it for me today. I can't believe I spoke about a 2-minute, 33-second trailer for 14 minutes. Wow, look at us go. Oops.